tell you about the injury part of it. I think we came out fairly clean there. My hat goes off to our fans for the job they did today, man. They were unbelievable, loud, aggressive, and we appreciate all that. Also to the Ravens and John, he's got a team that's a little bit banged up right now, and he's battling through that. But put up a great fight today, and I'm glad things worked out, obviously, the way they did. I was proud of our big guys on both sides of the ball. I thought they played well, and they knew coming into this game here that it's always going to be physical. Doesn't matter who's playing on either side, but it's going to be a physical game, and I thought our guys stepped up and came through in that area. Pat had a big day. Good to get Worthy back in there in the mix. He had a big day. Kelce, likewise. And Pat hit a bunch of different receivers, which I think was a positive, and the run game got going, with Pacheco. So all in all, a good day offensively, and then defensively, I thought right from the get-go, after that first drive, that we just put our foot down. Spags had a nice plan there, and the guys executed. It was great to get Chris back. His aunt died, and it was good to get him back here, most of all to celebrate her life and then work his way back, wanting to be here with his teammates. Leo interception was incredible. Just as being a football fan, that was an incredible play. I'm proud of him and the job that he did. And then holding Derek to the yards that we did, he's a beast, and we were able to take care of him there. So, and then special teams, I thought all the way around, special teams was good. Butt missed a 56-yarder, but that's 56 yards, So we've gotten spoiled, but he's fine, and we'll get right back in the swing there. He did with the last two. So I think I hit everybody. So time's yours.
Andy, a lot of things made the offense go better, but I wonder if you could elaborate a little bit on Worthy and what his presence does to change the dynamic a little bit.
Yeah, well, I thought Matt used him the right way, and put him in great positions, and then Worthy didn't flinch at all. People were worried about the shoulder and so on, but he right from the start he gets the first play and goes, and that's the way he's approached his rehab and everything else, and I'm glad he came out, healthy. But I thought the way Nags used him was smart job.
It seemed like Patrick was especially in the zone today, I guess, for lack of better terms. What do you think led to that?
Yeah, I think having all those guys there, that helps. I mean, you start getting guys back in there and mixing it up. I thought the offensive line protected him, well for the most part. So he feels good,
Andy, go ahead.
I was going to say, were you confident Chris was going to be here in time, and I guess it came down pretty close?
Yeah, it was close. I mean, listen, he had to do what he had to do there. I mean, that's not something you plan on or anything. Hear that first, and then the game kind of comes secondary, when you start dealing with life and death.
Andy, just from a managing the situation perspective, you probably didn't know exactly when you get here.
I knew when he was going to get here.
Yeah. But have you had that happen, that kind of late arrival under these circumstances before? And is there some guessing game a little bit? And how much?
Yeah, you just hope there's no mechanical problems that slow the plane down from taking off. But I mean, he had it all worked out, and Brian Schaefer did a great job with it, organizing the whole thing and making it work. So.
Coach, you mentioned Leo's play. It seemed like a big momentum play too.
Yeah, it was big. I thought it was just all the way around, momentum included, but spectacular play, period. Athletic.
And he's shown you the ability to catch the ball. I know he hadn't gotten an interception before, but it's a difference.
Yeah, not with one hand, so yeah. Sometimes he struggles with two hands, but this was a good one. This was a good one.
Coach, when you have all the guys back, does it really open things up for everybody?
Well, it did today. So the speed was good, and Pat's got trust. He's developing. I mentioned that he's developing more trust in 5 and more trust in 80, and so now you add one into the mix who he's already got time with, game time. I think that's important. So I think that just kind of brought it together, and they fed off of each other's success there.
Coach, Rashawn Smith got more touches today. What do you see from him in the running back room?
Yeah, we've been trying to increase some of his play time. He's got a lot of talent, so we're working him in different spots. We were able to get Royals in too, a couple rookies. Brett's done a nice job with these rookies that are playing in the game. We got a few of them. So, anyways, yeah, we're just giving them a little bit of time as we go.
You're not a big individual sack. I was the youngest player to get to 250 touchdowns.
Yeah, phenomenal.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's phenomenal. That's incredible. Whatever you write good about him, he deserves, man. I'm gonna tell you, you can give him everything. That Joker is unbelievable. We're lucky to have him.
But you mentioned the other line, it's looked pretty clean, penalties and stuff like that. You had gone back and graded everything, but that's kind of the progress you've been looking for throughout the year.
Yeah, listen, you've got to be able to do that to play against this team. You've got to be able to handle the front part of it. And I thought the guys did some good things. I'll go back, look at it, and see what was real and not real. But I felt pretty good coming out of it. We'll see.
By extension, short yardage situations seem to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
Offensive linemen.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they were getting after it a little bit up front. So it's great competition. These two teams. Yeah, I mean it's the competition you love. I mean that's why we're in this thing. So.
Ravens came in scoring at least 30 points game so far. Can you say that seems like his plan?
Yeah, he had a great plan. Great plan. You take that first drive out, and then that last run. I mean, and he had a good day. So I mean, it was. He got so mad after that last run, he about jumped out of his shoes. So, but he's and his coaches too. I don't want to slight the guys either, but they've all done a nice job there defensively, and I'd say the same thing with the offensive guys and special teams too. So, all right, great.
Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson left with a right hamstring injury late in the third quarter against the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday, adding to a wave of injuries that have decimated Baltimore on both sides of the ball. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley left with an ankle injury, cornerback Marlon Humphrey departed with a calf injury, linebacker Roquan Smith was ruled out with a hamstring injury, and cornerback Nate Wiggins left with what appeared to be a shoulder injury. Jackson hurt his hamstring on the Ravens' first drive of the second half. He was sacked by Chiefs defensive end George Karlaftis on 3rd and 2 at the Kansas City 12, forcing the Ravens to settle for a field goal that made it 27-13 with 7:22 to go. Cooper Rush took over on the next series for Baltimore. He threw incomplete on 4th down to end that drive. Jackson was 14 of 20 for 147 yards with a touchdown and his first interception of the season. He also ran 6 times for 48 yards, but most of those were while under duress. The Chiefs sacked him twice and hit him several more times. The Ravens had placed defensive lineman Nnamdi Madubuike on injured reserve with a neck problem and defensive end on IR with an ankle injury on Saturday. 90 minutes before kickoff, defensive tackle Travis Jones was declared inactive with a knee injury and linebacker Kyle Van Noy was inactive with a hamstring injury. Throw in the injuries to Humphrey, Smith, and Wiggins, and Baltimore was missing 7 defensive starters. Baltimore coach John Harbaugh acknowledged this week that he was concerned about Madubuike's injury, but hadn't been given the okay to discuss it. Madubuike has made consecutive Pro Bowls while starting every game the past 2 seasons. Washington had made 4 tackles and started once earlier this season. The Ravens signed defensive end Brent Urban and tight end Zaire Mitchell-Payton to the 53-man roster and elevated defensive tackle C.J. Okoye and nose tackle Josh Tupou from the practice squad for Sunday's game. Taylor Swift quietly supported her fiancé Travis Kelce as he and the Kansas City Chiefs took on the Baltimore Ravens, just hours after she was in California at Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's wedding. People can confirm Taylor, 35, was in attendance at Arrowhead Stadium as the Chiefs hosted the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday, September 28. Eagle-eyed fans also spotted the Fortnite singer's father Scott, wearing a hat from Travis' new American Eagle collaboration, and brother Austin Swift, sitting in a suite at Arrowhead. In one shot of Austin, 33, he's seen sitting in front of Donna Kelce. Taylor, whose new album The Life of a Showgirl drops in just days on October 3, was not pictured in a suite or entering Arrowhead Stadium on